Hello and welcome to my weekly 10 show, part 2 if you watched the first one. The reason I'm doing another one is because the first one, there's something wrong with the microphone, so I've had to play around with that and get that right, and I don't really want to put out a show with you can't hear. So so tonight I just want to talk about why we shouldn't take things personally in any given situation. And before I do that, I just want to mention that my free resource, how to turn obstacles into stepping stones, is still available over on my website. If you're interested in that, head over there. I'm going to leave the details in the box below, so hit me up there. If you're interested in one-to-one coaching as well, then also hit me up there at the same contact box. Okay, so when I say don't take things what people say about you personally, it's okay. Judgments, which we all experience in life, are always built out of our own perceptions, fears, beliefs, interpretations, assumptions. So you interpret a situation to be a certain way. Okay, so if you're judging somebody or criticizing somebody, it's always about what you perceive about them, rather than what they're doing or about the situation, because we see the situation a certain way, which is always how we believe it to be, rather than how it actually is. Okay, so if somebody is criticizing you, don't take it personally, because it's always about them and not you. Okay, and that leads me on to talking about the difference between two types of leadership styles. You've got a catabolic leadership and you've got anabolic leadership. Okay, now I'll explain what that means. Catabolic leadership is when somebody uses the left side of their brain only in any situation. So you're only thinking through logic. Anabolic, however, is when you see things logically, emotionally, and intuitively as well. Okay, if you're in a workplace and you've got a catabolic leader, that leader will rule or dictate through fear, power, control. They'll delegate to people. They'll tell people what to do, and they will generally create an atmosphere where people are achieving things through force rather than through being happy, basically. Anabolic, however, if you're working in an anabolic workplace, the general feeling is that everybody is unified. Everyone works as a team. Everyone feels good about each other. Because the reason that is an anabolic leader will empower you. They'll make you feel good about yourself. They won't point out your faults and tell you where you're going wrong. They'll build you up and make you feel good and increase your ability to perform at your best in any given situation. And the outcome of that is that when you've got a team of people working at their very best, your results are going to be much more sustainable over a longer period of time than if they were over a shorter period of time. Like I said, catabolic leaders do get results, but they're short-term results and they're unsustainable results. Now, a good example of this, which some people might resonate with who are from Watford, other people who don't know anything about it won't. But Watford, my football team, Watford Football Club, had a coach last season, at the start of the season, who was a catabolic leader. He would rule with power, control. He had a very regimented style, which if no one feared to step out of line, sort of thing. And the result of that was that everybody came into work not wanting to be there, basically. And it led to an unsustainable turn of events, and he ended up getting sacked. And they replaced him with another coach who was an anabolic coach. And this guy, he's come in and he's basically worked on increasing the energy across the board so that everybody is feeling good about themselves and everybody is working as a team. He doesn't rule with power. He doesn't see himself as the main leader. He sees himself as one of the team. He leads by example. And as a consequence, he gets the best out of people around him. Now, if you're a coach, the same is relevant. If there's catabolic coaches and there's probably anabolic coaches. Now, a catabolic coach will be someone who will feel like they're in control. They're the leader. So they will tell you what you're doing wrong. They will dictate to you and tell you what you need to do and how you should do it and why you should do it and all of those things. They'll talk to you more than listen, basically. An anabolic coach, however, will listen more than talk. They'll ask you questions. They'll empower you. They'll make you feel good about yourself. They'll build you up. Focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. They'll encourage you to build on those strengths. And they will then empower you to do things that you hadn't previously considered possible, because you might have been feeling fearful or, doubtful about yourself. Now, the catabolic coach would have played on those doubts. They would have instilled more of those doubts. They would have made you feel lesser than you are, because they're not building you up. And if you're telling somebody that they're doing something wrong, or you're saying, "Oh, this is what you need to do," or "That's what you should do," and they're acting like they're the ones who are in control, and you're the little naughty little boy who has to be told off, then guess what? You're not going to get results, are you? So it's the truth of the matter is, the best coaches are the ones who empower you, increase your energy, and encourage you to be better than you've ever been before. And that's the same across the board. It doesn't matter if you're coaching, it doesn't matter if you're a football coach, it doesn't matter if you're a mindset coach like me, it doesn't matter if you're a boss in a business, and we've all been there. How many of us have been in a workplace where we've had a boss who comes in every day and says, "Right, you do this and you do that"? What sort of workplace is that to work in? Is it nice? Is it somewhere you look forward to going every morning? Or is it somewhere that you don't want to be? However, if you go into a place every day, which is great, the atmosphere is fantastic, everyone feels good, everyone's working together, no one feels lesser than the other person they're working with, because you've got a boss who's one of the gang, who's one of the boys, who really, or girls, who wants to get everyone working off the same instrument. That's the difference. That's the difference between an anabolic leader and a catabolic leader. So somebody who knows how to get results in the long term and not just the short term. Now, you can get a catabolic leader will get results. They'll get results in the short term by dictating to people and force. It's usually through force. Where I used to work in the car trade, that was very much like that. It was all about hitting targets, all about doing this, push, push, push. And yes, we hit our targets, but we also had a very, very draining work environment to work in. You just didn't want to go to work in the end. Well, you did because you wanted to earn money, but you didn't enjoy it because it was a forced environment. And that's the difference. If you're going to work every day, you want to enjoy it. And if you're going to work with a catabolic leader, you won't. So anabolic leader works, catabolic, it works, but for a very unsustainable period of time. And like I said, if you're trying to get the best out of a person in any walk of life, doesn't matter if it's work or whether it's in personal, private life or whatever, focusing on somebody's weaknesses or failings or faults or whatever it may be, or telling someone where you think they should be doing, will never get the best out of somebody. Because, again, if I tell you to do something, I might think that's the right way to do it, but does that mean it's the right way for you? Because a lot of the time we all have different ways of doing things and beliefs and things like that. And what's right for me is not necessarily right for you. So it's not for a coach to tell you what to do. I'm not a consultant. The coaches aren't consultants. We don't sit here and say, right, this is how you're going to do it and this is what you're going to do. No, it doesn't work like that. That's a consultant. A coach is literally, you have the answers. We build you up. We get you to feel amazing about yourself by empowering you to feel great about yourself, focusing on all the good things about you and building you up so that you overcome those doubts, fears, limiting beliefs, assumptions, and all the things that hold us back in life. And then you can see clearly where you really want to go in life. So we empower you to find the solutions to your own situations through building you up rather than knocking you down. And what you find then is when you're not thinking catabolically, because when you're in that sort of catabolic mindset, that's when we've experienced things like conflict, stress, anxiety, all of these nasty things. That's catabolic thinking. When you're thinking anabolically, you're experiencing things like joy, happiness, freedom. You see opportunities everywhere. And it's about learning how you can change your mindset from catabolic to anabolic. And if you've got a catabolic leader or coach or boss or anybody around you is catabolic, they will only ever drain your energy and they will never increase it, and essentially hold you back in life. So if you're looking to really learn how you can increase your energy so that you are performing at your very best all of the time, then get in touch with me through the contact box in the comments box, and I'll explain to you how I can help you do that. And you can book a free discovery call literally by logging on there and getting in touch with me, and I will call you and we will sort that out and see where we go from there. So let me know if you're interested, and I hope this has helped some people. Don't take things personally when people say or do things. You always remember that, because it's never about you, it's always about them. Okay, have a good evening. Bye bye.